Hello, I'm ABXTreaker and welcome back to the video. So the #1 requested feature for pretty much all time for Minecraft console was always the ability to have servers added to the game. The #1 request was please add servers Minecraft. I'd really love to play, you know, the Hypixel or the Mineplexes or whatever big server on the PC. People always wanted to play that on the consoles, and because of the Better Together update, that's technically possible on the Xbox and soon to be the Switch. However, the interesting thing about servers on the console is that they're very different to the servers people did expect from the PC. So why are they so different and how are they different? That's something I figured I could hopefully address in today's video. Hopefully you all do enjoy it. So there's one server, so both these servers are PE exclusive. This server is both on the PC Java edition of the game as well as the PE, the Better Together version of the game. And I want to go through both versions and talk about the differences between them and maybe which server is better, that sort of stuff, because I find it to be quite fascinating and maybe all of you will too. So hopefully you do all enjoy this video. Like if you do like it because it helps out the channel, and let's know you do like the comparison between Minecraft PE servers and Minecraft PC, or just Better Together servers and Java edition, whichever way you want to slice that. I know there's a billion ways to say it, but that's kind of a fun thing. So yeah, here you can see this is the Mineplex server on the the Better Together version of the game. So it just says Mineplex. It is just say officially it just says Mineplex, but the URL I believe is still pe.mineplex, and it, essentially this is Pocket Edition Mineplex. Like it's the same version of the server that was available when the game was just PE, and again it's like you can even see right there like Mineplex PE helper. So there we go. It is Mineplex PE versus Minecraft PC. Now we got like the real thing going on there. Some people are like, Toycat, you can't call it the PE because it's on consoles and stuff, but it is the PE but on consoles. So now we got that out of the way. Let's talk about the server itself and let's talk about the differences it has, because again when you look around the server at first, besides the fact that it's new Minecraft and it just feels a bit different, like something is a tiny bit different or off here, right? The server itself is actually very different because they have to work within different constraints, and also there's a big secondary factor, and this is the big reason, because again you might question like why can't they just port the same server over? And Mineplex actually does a pretty good job at porting most of their stuff over, but they don't actually port 100% of it over because that's not quite possible. The simple answer to that, the reason why, is because Minecraft on the PE / the Better Together version is actually an entirely different version of Minecraft that was built from scratch, essentially by Microsoft, but building on the PE. It was built from scratch to use a different programming language because the PC version is built using Java. However, because the Java version is the one where the server community first developed, that's where most of the tools have been built into developing, which means if we play something like, actually, let's go into, just survival games, because it's a game which is on both servers, and let's play a game on the PE, then let's play a game on the PC, so you can see the distinct differences. We'll just go into a solo game. There's only 80 people here, but hopefully it works anyway, and let's try and show this off. So one of the things you will notice is all of the maps, anything that can be ported over, it looks like they have gone ahead and done. So the idea of the gem system has been ported over. The idea of the these lobbies, they're close enough to the same lobbies, if I'm not mistaken. They're like almost identical. They've been ported over. A lot of stuff like has been ported in some form, and the biggest thing you'll notice is the maps themselves, because there is converters from PE maps to PC, or PC maps to PE. I guess, it works both ways, but that means the maps themselves, you'll spot this if you've played Mineplex on the PE enough, on the PC enough, because it is the exact same maps. They transfer anything that they could transfer over, and everything else they couldn't. They didn't. So, I mean, that sounds obvious on the surface, but that is the reason why some stuff is the same, but some stuff is entirely different. Because some of this, they could easily, there are converters available for maps, and there are some functions they can have the same. They worked out a gem system, but they had to build it in an entirely different way from scratch. And because they have to build from scratch, and because right now the PE market, despite having more players, is not worth quite as much as the the PC Java market. There's a lot of people, there are people who prefer, who Minecraft players who only play Minecraft servers, who drop some amount of money on those servers. There's just a professional class of people that do that. But obviously PE players, they have a cheaper version of the game. They have a version of the game where they're less inclined to spend microtransactions because maybe they're younger and don't have access to it. Basically, less people are paying microtransactions, so it's less profitable for them to do so. And as well as being less profitable, that's the reason it hasn't been developed. There's also the secondary factor of being like, well, the tools that they could just buy, or the tools they could just download for free, they just aren't quite there. So like I said, the Minecraft PC server community has been around for so many years, like pretty much since the game began. There's been some form of multiplayer servers. I'm just gonna get this guy from behind. That's why there are so many popular PC game modes. In fact, almost all the game modes we're seeing on the PE right now, so survival games, developed on the PC first, then just became a thing, and then servers came around, and a lot of plugins became available across all servers, because there were so many independent servers that these big plugins that made servers kind of standardized, they kind of just had to exist for the game to work in general. So Yeah, essentially, that is the oops, that is the reason why you know, like some stuff is just not available on the PE that was available on the PC, because the, you know, the tools that they used to make it was just something they could download on the PC, whereas on the PE it's slightly different like that. So yeah, they you know, the tools just aren't out there available, and the big reason for that is because it hasn't been around as long and there aren't as many servers. So again, you got to bear in mind that whereas the PC community, the Java community, has been going for so long, in terms of like, okay, let's put on our armor, in terms of like just the sheer amount of time. We're wearing full gold, how nice. Just in terms of the sheer amount of time they've been working on it, it's been since like maybe 2010 or something like that. Whereas the PE community, even though the game's been out since 2011, it only really had multiplayer the last, you know, 3-ish years, and it's only had the full multiplayer that we know as of now since the Beta Together update. Like the multiplayer systems have been evolving over time, but it wasn't until very recently that servers were properly integrated into the game. So even though servers have existed for a really long time, they haven't really been officially supported for quite some time, so it's kind of just getting, okay, is this a good fight? I don't think it is. Okay, the guy's running scared anyway, so we'll go to the floor above him, where he least expects it, and then we'll get from below. But yeah, basically, yep, doesn't expect it at all. So, basically, yeah, that's because it's been not been around for so long. All of the tools that need to be developed, they're not being developed because, you know, there's less incentive to, and also there's not been as much time for them to be developed. Like maybe if we move fast forward to 5 years, maybe all of the same stuff from the, you know, the PC community could come over here. However, right now a lot of the guys who do want to make Minecraft servers are making them still on the PC edition. I've spoken to a lot of people with PC servers, and a lot of people just figure like, you know, it's not worth the effort to switch. Like, you know, there's, you know, that you need to essentially get like put into the game browser on the all the games for it to be a successful server. Okay, let's just get out of there. You need to be put on the server browser in the game to be a successful server, and because of that, just by itself, like that kind of, okay, I'm gonna try and heal up and then get him when he least expects it. That's my official plan here. Oh no, okay, through the window, nailed it. Okay, we're good, we're good. Oh no, I didn't nail it. I'm gonna eat just now. Okay, so I'm gonna move for big combat. I'm doing this live because a lot of people said they like the idea of like, you know, play some survival games, then talk about a big subject live. So yeah, the big reasons are because you know, they haven't had the time to develop the server software. Is he gonna stop and eat maybe? Oh no, no you're not. Oh yes. Okay, come on. I can do this. I can do this. No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. Oh man. Oh no, I'm into it. He's got me. Oh no, he hasn't got me. Okay. So now we're going to get out there, and as you can see, so basically the long story short is because time, the longest story short than that is because time plus the fact that, oh man, it's time plus the fact that, they're slightly less intensity, because you might think like if you're a Minecraft developer, you want to make Minecraft minigames or something like that, you'll probably do so on the Java edition because there are more people willing to pay or whatever on that edition because there are more profitable servers. As a result of, again, there's just like a class of people that only play at PC servers and only want to give people money in that particular way. So yeah, that's a kind of a big deal, and we need to have better food. I think that's the key thing we're learning here, and then we'll get some Pro and TNT out as well. So yeah, because therefore, like, you know, the tools aren't being developed, so therefore pretty much every server is developing their tools themselves. This is also why on a lot of PC servers, there's like a generally accepted way that like servers function, right? Like you click on stuff and it does the same thing, and that's slowly happening on the console, I think because of some intervention by Mojang. Like they're actually helping not make the tools, but they're helping servers like build them into the game. Like right now if I wanted to, okay, I'm in the middle of a game, but I can buy stuff from the game store itself. They're helping to standardize the servers by actually integrating them more into the game. You know, like even buying stuff on the server, now I can just do it from using my game coins, which, you know, it's really good for the servers. But because there's no standardization, because most servers are building their own tools, it means that you see every server with different mini games, and when they do have the same mini game, like survivor games right here, you know, most popular game mode probably of all time, less popular nowadays, but like it's one of the biggest game modes with the most development time. But if you play this on Mineplex, if you play this on PvP, if you play this on Lifeboat, you're essentially getting different games, which is a good thing in some ways, but it means there's a lot of stuff which should be standard that's not quite. And that also means there's a bunch of bugs that appear that just don't make any sense. Like, for instance, on this server, it's a good bug, I like it, but you see how I could eat while I was running? That's because each server is coding its own implementations, and then each update, by the way, also seems to break servers, because again, they build each update. You know, the 1.3 update is built with, oh man, okay, are we going to do this? The 1.3 update is built with, you know, Minecraft, oh, survival in mind. Okay, this, and because of that, obviously, okay, we're just gonna get out of it. We're gonna eat, and then it's gonna. Oh, he got me just in time. But yeah, you can see how things work very differently. There's weird bugs, there's weird differences, and that's why every server is so different on the PE than it is on the. And you know, they've got different management teams. They've got different styles of building. They've got different numbers of coders. They've got different priorities. Like, do you want to have the best mini games, or do you want to have the best lobbies? Do you want to have the best this or that? And because of that, every server is so different. different. So the difference between Mineplex here, and then, again, we just played a game right there. I'm not going to go play a full game, but you can see how, like, when you go to MPVP, not only is the theme of the server entirely different, you know, it's gone from being, like, you know, like a thing, like, yeah, again, I like MPVP a lot. I should say this, I really like the server, I really like the team behind it. I think they're one of the better servers, probably the best server on Minecraft console / Minecraft PE, even though all servers have, like, their own problems. I feel like the problems on this one are the most bearable. But the survival games on this, which they recently removed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they recently removed it for a bit, and it's going to come back in a while. But, you know, like, the mini games are different, the way the servers handle is different, the way, you know, like, you go through end portals, for instance. You can see how the standardization isn't there because they're mostly developing the tools themselves, and it's just a thing that you might not know. So, yeah, with that said, moving on to the we'll move on to the PC side of things, and I'll show you how just different things are there. So, again, look at the server right here. It's so different to anything you've seen before. And then if we go to the PC to see the equivalent of Mineplex that we were just playing, so I can hit a button, and hopefully if I hit the right one, oh look, we're on the PC. And as you can see, I'm on Mineplex on the PC. Again, I'm doing this comparison on Mineplex just because they're the only server which is built into Minecraft Xbox, but also available on Minecraft PC. So this is the Java edition of the game. If we disconnect briefly, just so you can see that. Actually, wait. There you go. Minecraft Java edition. It's fat-free, fun fact. So the exact same server we go into. You can see how, even though it's the same server, like officially this is Mineplex still. Like if we find, like you can see the big M logo. It might even say Mineplex in the sky somewhere still. But you can see how even though it's Mineplex still, it's got an entirely different layout, it's got an entirely different everything, because it's not just the same server ported over to PE, it's just that it's the same team making a server, using their Java brand, you know, the brand of Mineplex, which is, in my head, it's the second biggest server, don't quote me on that, but I believe it's the second biggest server, or at least the second biggest, like, server of its kind. You know, there's Hypixel, then there's Mineplex. So they're using their, like, branding from the PC, the fact that they're so well known from YouTube videos and from just, you know, the server community, to make a brand new server. But even though they made a brand new server, and they're trying to port the same stuff over, they're not actually porting it. They're just essentially making brand new game modes from scratch that vaguely match the other ones. So if we go into survivor games, you can see, look, even the same mini games here, like Bomb Lobbers, Dragons, Turf Wars. Actually, that's not on PE yet, I don't think. Even though it's got the Dragon Escape, for instance, Micro Battles, One in the Quiver. These all exist on the PE. However, they're still being built slowly from scratch. So we're going to Survivor Games, for instance. Again, we're trying to get the most similar experience in the most well-known minigame, I'd say to man, but like one of the most well-known minigames of all time. So there is 0 people in all these servers. So I guess we're just not going to get into a server. Like, that's just how things are going. But look at that join menu, for instance. Did you see that? I have the option to pick from servers by picking diamond blocks. That's because that was something that is developed. And I think it's a plugin because I see every server do it. But these things exist and you can buy them, or they're free, or, you know, they're out there and each server can use them. And it leads to more standardizing thing. Not because the servers want to standardize with each other, but because, again, the tool is out there and they can do that. And, essentially because of this means the PC community has just been developing this stuff for way longer, and therefore there's a higher standard expected. You can see just how much stuff is going on here. Like, the lobby, which again, you can see how the spawn is, like, similar enough. They've actually changed it since last time I was here. They've got the big dudes with the gems, but even the way you buy the kits of the gems, the way you collect gems, all this stuff is different. It's just the same rough idea for a server. I really don't think we're going to get into a game like this. Like, super nice cape. Oh, I have a nice cape on. Oh, look, it's Minecon 2015 in London. Isn't that lovely? But, yeah, you can see how everything is different because they've had that, let's say thank you. You know, I forgot I had a nice cape, honestly. But yeah, basically my point here is the fact that, you know, the servers are different because they have more tools, and they have more tools because it's been longer, and they still have the current priority for a lot of servers, because even though Minecraft Java Edition, I know a lot of people hate to hear this, but it's the dying version of the game. It's growing so slowly, and, you know, Minecraft as a whole is growing a little bit slower than normal, but when it comes to Minecraft Java, it's receiving the least of the growth. The PE is the explosively brand new version of the game, and logically to most people, that's where you should be developing, but the money is still there in Minecraft servers. There's still, you know, on this server, I'll check right now. It's a really bad time of morning. There's 2,000 people on Mineplex. I guess it's not the second biggest if CubeCraft's up there. I always thought Mineplex is big. Maybe that's just EU or something. But either way, Mineplex has 2,000 people at this time of morning. It's 11 AM for me. You can't see that. But Hypixel has 32,000 people, for instance. And because of that, you know, it means they, again, like, I've heard estimates for how much a server like this would make, and again, I'm not going to comment on their thing because I don't know how much that'd be, but let's just put it like it's, you know, it's deep in the 6 digits a year, sorry, the 7 digits a year, you know, millions basically, in revenue at the very least. They might not be making a profit on that, they might be making a lot of profit, but this server is growing. Even though Java Edition as a whole is, you know, dying down, these servers are becoming a bigger thing, and that's why a lot of people call this Minecraft Community Edition or Minecraft Server Edition, because even though the game itself isn't growing, the people who play it are still playing Minecraft, and they're still making servers, and they're still making this stuff happen, and yeah, that's a thing that you can see. So yeah, basically that is why Minecraft PC servers are just not to the same, they're not up to the same standards that Minecraft PC servers are, because of the fact, also, what is going on there? Oh, he's got a fishing rod. That's because they've just had too much more time. They've got the profit motivation, which just isn't quite there in console, Pocket Edition, and it won't be there for some time. It's going to take some big Minecraft PE updates, and because servers aren't their primary focus, like it's becoming more and more their focus, it does need to be built into the game some amount, it seems, to get that standardized effect, and we don't know when that's going to happen. So yeah, that's why Minecraft PE servers suck right now. You might ask for Hypixel, and maybe at some point they'll come back to the PE, but for the most part, they've said they're not going to, but maybe they will sometime. But for the most part, what you can expect when it comes to like Minecraft, what can you expect from the future is you can expect a lot of people come and hello. Apparently I got spotted. So, it's because I got the whitey rank. A lot of people it's funny. Okay, just before we go here. So thank you very much for watching. There's all my thoughts on servers. That's because I'm not here very often. But a lot of people on servers, that's because I'm not here often. Thanks. Okay, but basically, whenever you go on servers like the YouTube rank, there's 50% people who do spot me, and I'm like, so what's my YouTube channel? They're just like, oh, I don't even know. And it's really weird, the YouTube rank, it lures people in to say hello to you, and that's why, by the way, I don't necessarily want it on the other versions. It's a good way to feel cool about yourself, but again, a lot of people want to be famous for the attention or whatever, but a part of me just is just oh, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So thank you very much for watching this video. That wasn't something inclusive thoughts. Hopefully you understood a lot from this video. Maybe it helped you understand things, or maybe it didn't, or maybe it's somewhere in between. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like if you liked it, share if you liked it, and let me know your thoughts of this style of video where it's just live off the cuff, playing some survivor games on the Mineplex, playing some survivor games on the Mineplex again, and then not working. And yeah, I'd love to know your opinion. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.